Imagine a world not so different from our own. A distant planet, orbiting a faint red sun in the twilight of another solar system. Its sky glows dimly, never fully dark, never truly bright. A place suspended between light and shadow, silence and revelation. This world is Proxima b. It orbits Proxima Centauri, the closest star to our Sun. Just 4.24 light-years away, cosmically close, yet impossibly far. For decades, it has captured the imagination of scientists, stargazers, and storytellers alike. A place of mystery, of potential, an echo of Earth drifting quietly in the darkness. But that echo has grown louder. It has transformed into something clearer, and much more unsettling. Because now, Proxima b is speaking back. The James Webb Space Telescope, a marvel of human ambition and engineering, turned its golden, infrared-sensitive mirrors toward this unassuming world. The mission was straightforward: observe the planet. Record the spectral fingerprints in its atmosphere. Compare the data to Earth-like models. A quiet scientific study, routine, methodical, precise. What followed, however, was anything but routine. The telescope detected something unexpected. Subtle at first. Then unmistakable. Energy pulses. Sharp, rhythmic, repeating. Light patterns that flickered in tightly controlled intervals. Unlike random bursts from cosmic noise or natural stellar activity, these pulses had structure. A pulse, a pause, a pulse, a pause. Patterns with exact timing, too precise, too deliberate to be coincidence. The light was being modulated. Encoded. Transmitted. Then came the second breakthrough. An analysis of Proxima b's upper atmosphere revealed the presence of chlorofluorocarbons, CFCs. On Earth, CFCs are synthetic compounds. Created by humans for refrigeration, aerosol sprays, and industrial use. They do not occur naturally. They are a byproduct of machines of modern life and manufacturing. On our world, they were once the symbol of convenience, and later, the sign of environmental collapse. Their presence on another planet? It was nothing short of extraordinary. And deeply unsettling. CFCs in an exoplanet's atmosphere do not suggest geology or biology, they suggest technology. Not just life, but an industrialized, advanced civilization. Could this planet be inhabited? And more importantly, are they trying to contact us? News of the discovery raced around the globe. At first, many thought it must be a data anomaly. A trick of the sensors. A glitch in the algorithms. But then, independent observatories joined in. NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory verified the signals. Radio telescopes in Chile picked up the same repeating patterns. Observatories in Australia confirmed the atmospheric composition. The findings stood. The implications deepened. Not only were the emissions unnatural, they were intelligent. Scientists began decoding the light pulses. The structure was no longer random. It was organized. Full of symmetrical mathematical sequences, patterns rooted in the language of logic and universal constants. Prime numbers. Harmonic intervals. Ratios that echoed the Fibonacci sequence. Nature doesn't speak in such clean math. Intelligence does. The question no longer was, is it artificial? It became, what is it saying? And why now? As debates flared across academic circles, the public response was electric. The media erupted with headlines. Humanity may not be alone. Contact in progress. Signals detected from alien world. Yet, in scientific communities, caution was paramount. Many urged restraint. Nature is clever, they said. It sometimes arranges chaos into patterns that mimic design. But even skeptics admitted this was different. Too many anomalies, all pointing in one direction. And then came the infrared scans. Using the JWST's deep spectrum vision, researchers imaged Proxima b's surface. What they saw startled even the most grounded minds. Faint, localized regions of light. Pulses rising and falling like a heartbeat. Appearing, disappearing. With perfect timing. Not scattered across the planet but concentrated, as if part of a network. They weren't volcanoes. They weren't lightning storms. They weren't anything Earth had ever observed on a planetary scale. Some theorized massive solar arrays, gathering the limited energy of the red dwarf star. Others proposed data relays or transmitter fields, possibly used to broadcast signals into deep space. But the most compelling detail was this: these light pulses were synchronized with the radio signals. Two different wavelengths. Two types of emissions. One unified message. A message written in light. And suddenly, everything changed. For the first time in recorded history, humanity wasn't just looking out into the cosmos. Something or someone was looking back. Watching. Transmitting. Waiting. The silence of the stars had broken. And from across a narrow span of interstellar space, a new voice had entered the conversation. The invitation Proxima b. Echoes from the nearby unknown. The story of Proxima b deepened with every scan, every signal, every sleepless night spent decoding its message. The signals had structure. The atmosphere had industrial fingerprints. And now, the surface glowed with patterns, pulses that mimicked intention. A voice, echoing across time and vacuum. But what kind of voice? Friendly? Curious? Or something else entirely? A growing community of researchers and visionaries believed we were being invited. Not attacked, not warned, but invited. The structure of the signals began to show higher-order logic, binary repetitions, harmonic primes, and complex fractals, almost as if the code was crafted to be universally understood. Not in language, but in mathematics, the closest thing we have to a universal tongue. Could this be a handshake across the stars? A test to see who is listening? Or a last remnant of something long gone, an automated transmission, continuing its cycle without a sender? And yet, more mysteries surfaced. Occasionally, the light from Proxima b would dim, not due to its rotation or eclipses, but from unexplained, irregular blackouts. Brief moments where all emissions dropped to near zero, as though something vast and artificial passed in front of its energy sources. Some compared it to a Dyson swarm, a hypothetical array of structures orbiting a star to capture its energy. If such a thing existed around Proxima b, we could be witnessing the work of a civilization far beyond our own. One that doesn't just live on a planet, but engineers entire worlds. And so came the next wave of questions. Are they still alive? Have they transcended biology? Are we hearing from beings of flesh and thought, or from machines? Or even digital consciousness? Have they become data? And most haunting of all, are we the first to hear them? Or merely the latest in a long line of listeners? Theories multiplied. Some speculated that Proxima b was a colony, not the cradle of its civilization, but a second home. A fallback world. A safe harbor from an older, greater catastrophe. If true, it means they mastered interstellar travel. A feat we have only just begun to imagine. A dream for us, but maybe ancient history for them. Others believed the opposite. That the CFCs, the emissions, the flickers of light weren't signs of life, but signs of its fall. That the civilization had risen, and then collapsed. And all we're hearing now are the echoes of their legacy. Broadcasts from automated systems, still beeping into the void, long after their creators vanished. So, how do we respond? Do we respond at all? Groups like METI Messaging Extraterrestrial Intelligence say yes. That we must craft a reply. Something careful. Something human. Others urge silence. Stephen Hawking once warned that contact with a more advanced civilization could be like the meeting of Columbus and the Native Americans. And history, he reminded us, didn't favor the ones being discovered. So the debate continues. Philosophers, physicists, engineers, artists, all weighing the risks and the wonder. Meanwhile, proposals bloom. A probe. An interstellar sailcraft, no larger than a microchip. Propelled by lasers from Earth, it could reach Proxima b in just a few decades. And send back images. Sound. Proof. Until then, we wait. We watch. We listen. The signal continues. Not frantic. Not threatening. Just persistent. Whoever or whatever is out there, they do not seem to rush. Perhaps they are eternal. Or perhaps they exist beyond time altogether. One thing is now certain. Earth is no longer alone. In the vast quiet of the universe, a new voice has spoken. And for the first time, we are not shouting into the void, we are being heard. Is it a friend? A phantom? A warning? We don't yet know. But the cosmos, once silent, now hums with possibility. And that changes everything.